Welcome back to the channel. This is Banished episode 21. We are in late summer. The temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit and we've got 4 people working on this fishing dock. We just look at how much they're producing with 4 people on. They're not bringing in that not extraordinary amount, but it's a lot better than it was with 1 on. We did have a problem with food, which has gone down, but it's now stabilizing and going back up. So the fishing dock is helping, and let's just have a quick look at the fishing dock, because I think the detail on it is pretty good. These 4 are bringing the fish in, so you get these little crates here with the fish. Then they are transporting them over to the meat locker behind here, and you can see we've got 252 fish on there, and we'll show you in a minute where that's going. I just want to talk about this quay for a minute. So we've got the quay side, which makes the dock stand out a little bit. You can find that in the theme sets, and you go over to walls and buildings for your shoreline. These are quay walls, 3 wide, and then you've got all these other pieces. And if you click on this one, let's just have a look at this one first. That's quay buildings. So you've got a lot of quayside things you can have. A quayside house, quayside barn, all very nice. Quay locker, that's a textile storage. So there's plenty of stuff, but this one gives you a little bit more smaller pieces, and that was used. We'll just get rid of that. That was used for putting these bricks in. So you've got the 3 wide quay, which takes it back to about here, and then you can put these quay pieces in using the smaller piece. Now normally you wouldn't be able to put these benches in over the top of the quay, but if you go on the ghost signs or the ghost decorations, then you can click on these, and these will town decorations, and you can see if we click on wood bench, that will actually fit on there. That will go on over the top, and I think it looks quite good that you've got this quayside with the benches going over the top. You've got the flowers behind, which brings them out a little bit more. And this quayside, I've left the space open here because you can see this little stream is going from the main area and it's trickling all the way down. So if I put a quay there, it might just stop trickling down. So that's going round the back, and that river is following over up under the bridges, back over, and it eventually runs out into this little canal or river stream. So that's why we've left that open. That's quite a nice feature of the town. What else have we got on here? So we've got the quay, we've got the fence, again using the ghost pieces. The fence will go over the top. The flowers we've just put on a normal land. And then over the back we've got the meat locker. So they've taken the fish out of there, and I'll show you where they're taking them to currently. We've got the carts and the table, the usual one. They've got the sandstone road going through. So where they're taking them to? Well, they're taking them along this road over the bridge. I'll just zoom it back. So they're going over the bridge, and they're taking them over to these 2 buildings here. And these are the meat tinneries, and you can see there's lots of buildings that you can, or lots of tins you can produce, but we're producing the fish at the moment. So the fish are being put into tins, and that's the tinned meat. But you can have beef, mutton, venison, chicken, duck, all those underneath as well. We've got the fish in there, but we are waiting on the tin. So where we're getting the tin from? We've got the tin over here. We've got some tin, and that's producing tinned meat. Not a great deal, but it is producing enough. And I'll show you where that's being stored in a minute. So if we go back over this direction, you can see we've got this building that we've put in place before. This is the tin ore mine shaft. It requires furnace fuel, and that's producing the tin. but it's producing it very slowly. We've only got 15 there and 21 there. So we might need to put some more people on that when we can do. The furnace fuel is okay, that's coming through. Getting the furnace fuel. That's the forge. That also requires furnace fuel. And if we go back over here, I think there is a few more buildings that require furnace fuel. So that one is the metalsmith. That also requires it. So we got quite a lot dependent on the furnace fuel being put into operation. Now, the tinned meat and everything will go into these meat lockers. There's none in there at the moment because they've been and taken them away, but the tinned meat will go from here and it will go into these meat lockers for storage. So that is the fishing dock and the tinnery and everything else concerned with fish. It is quite a nice looking area now with the quay. So that's looking good. If we press on the next one, and we've been to that one. So this is the docking area, and I'll show you the animals in a little while. This is where we get the animals from. So we've got 6 ducks there. We have just bought some deer, so these are down a little bit, but the ducks we will be getting in time. I'm just going to dismiss that. I want this cotton to build up. We are mainly trying to trade cotton because it doesn't affect anything, but we've got some ducks to trade, but we're not going to take them just yet. And then over here we've got the industry supplier. We've got some marble. Around here we've got another boat there, yeah, and that's bringing in food. So likes of sugar beets, bacon, onions. We got the bacon from the pigs, obviously. If we go on the town hall, we can see how much we've got from certain things. So we've got bison meat up there, blueberries, everything up there is okay. So that's the trading area. That's the 3 main ones. I think we've got another one down here. This one is the dry goods supplier. Done a little bit of key work over there, the quay side, and we've used the diagonal piece to just make that a little bit narrower. So that's the trading area. That's coming on quite well. We're going to do these into stone roads. The next one we want to look at is this new area. This is going to be for the seeds, and this is going to be the crop farming. All this area over here is going to be crop farming, right round here. This is going to be the rural market, which is 37% complete at the moment. I'll leave that up. The central market is being demolished. We're moving that to a different area. So that's all going to be the seeds. I think there might be about 50 different seeds to put in. We're going to have 16 by 16 cropland, and this is going to be the crop field there. We've also got plantations we need to start having a look at. Orchards, we've not got many of those. I think we've only got one in the entire city. This is the long bridge that we've got. We might just cut that down, and then we can build a large building there, have some quayside here, and maybe some benches and what have you. So that's going to be narrowed, and that's going to go in shortly, maybe a few episodes down the line. We're going to narrow that down, move these shore people. So that shore house bringing in clay, that one bringing in sand. They're going to be moved to a different location. And we've got another lakeside over here. We can do quite a lot with that as well. So that is the new seeding area. And finally, we're going to be looking at the animals. So this is going to be the animals area. And if we click on each one, we've got llamas, 3 of 16. So that's not built up yet. Over here, We've got deer that we've just bought. We've only got two of those. Horses are now stable, pardon the pun. They are 13 of 12, so they start bringing in food. Plenty of bison. One's just been culled. And over here we've got the pigs. There's the pork. That's bringing in pork. So maybe we need to get the bacon from somewhere else. Um, I'll have to have a look at that. Well, over here we've got a little bit of a problem with these Frisian cows. We've only got one left. We bought two, and then it went up to five. But I think I think the female died, and since then we've had a gradual decline in these. Obviously, we can't breed anymore. We've only got one left, so we're going to have to go back to the trader and get some more Frisian cows. Once we do that, then we can do some milk stations, possibly switch the Frisian cows into the main area. So we're going to have another rural market here, and then we're going to build around that as well. So we're going to have all the animals in this area, which should be pretty good when it gets going. But the Frisian cows were a bit of a disappointment because they did drop down alarmingly. The other ones are currently okay. Just need to keep an eye on the deer. So I'm going to stick that up there. We'll keep an eye on that. And we also need to keep an eye on the llamas. Like I say, I think the horses are pretty good now. They're not so bad at all. So that's about it for this episode. We've got quite a lot to do. We'll just finish with a long winter look at the new docking area. So we've got bison meat in there as well, fish and venison. So the meat locker is still only 5% full. It does take quite a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I do quite like this new dock area, especially with the quay wall. We're going to do more of the quay side in future episodes. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you next time.